The sign is not even on.
So, sleep is very important to me. I like sleep, like I really do. There are very few things in this world that would make me get up at 4 in the morning and sit in front of a T-Mobile store. The new iPhone XS is one of those things. And so here I am. I am sitting on a chair. Only one here, go figure, sitting in front of a T-Mobile store. And the time is, here's my new watch face, watchOS 5. Anyway, the time is around, I think it just turned 5 a.m. Store opens at 8, so I got about 3 hours to kill. That's okay, I have some books to read, so I'm going to be doing that. My friends were very kind to lend me their chair. It's the CU chair, reppin'.
The sun does not rise for another hour.
In the meantime, I can just sit. I'm reading a book for my English literature class. I've got some time to kill. I'm just gonna sit here and think about the new phone. How excited I am. You know, it's an S model, and as is typical of S models, it's just a spec bump. Hardware is pretty much identical to what we had last year on the iPhone X. Aside from the new gold color, that's really like the big physical standout feature of the new phone. But other than that, it's all internals. And, you know, like, I'm just more excited for the fact that I'll actually have a bezel-less phone. I'll be upgrading from the iPhone 8 Plus, so this will be my final iPhone ever with the fingerprint sensor. So it's kind of the end of an era. I mean, I know that era ended like last year, but this phone came out last year. It's only a year old, so, and it's not even on Apple's lineup anymore. I mean, they have the 7, so I guess they're not completely done with fingerprint sensors and bezels, but with the iPhone XR and all of that stuff, that they're basically now fully committed to a bezel-less all-screen display. That being said, I'm just really excited to get my hands on all of the features that come with that all-screen display. I know it sounds ridiculous, but Animoji is something that I was so excited about when it was shown during the keynote, and I've been wanting to play around with it ever since they announced it last year, and I'm finally going to get to do that. Really excited to see how Face ID works. Of course, they said during the launch that Face ID was even faster now than it was on the iPhone X. The A12 Bionic chip, which is really like the powerhouse of this phone, is going to be interesting as well. Apple basically just says it's faster. I think they said like 30% faster when launching apps and all that stuff. Of course, they don't put the battery size in on their specs, and you go to their website, it literally, under battery, it just says something like 30 minutes longer than the iPhone X, and I think the XS Max is 1.5 hours longer, pretty sure. What I think I am most excited about, though, is the camera features. So it does have an updated camera, and the Smart HDR, which they showed during the keynote the other week, was something I was super pumped about. Basically, when you take a photo, it will take multiple photos of different exposures and combine them all together to give you the best photos. Also, the ability to now change focal length on portrait mode is so freaking cool. Something that I honestly didn't even know I wanted, but like I subconsciously wanted it. I mean, like over the summer, especially when I was like on trips and stuff, and I would, you know, get someone to take a portrait of me, and I would think, you know, it's good, but there's just something a little off about it, or something I wish I could tweak, and changing the blurriness of the background just makes so much sense. Like I said, I didn't even really realize that I wanted that feature, but I'm so excited to get my hands on that. It'll just allow so much more creativity over my photos. I'm super excited about that. I'm first in line, so that should mean I have first dibs over color and all that stuff. And the reason why it's so important to be first in line is because I did a camp out 2 years ago for the iPhone 7 with my friend. We both had different carriers. He was on Verizon, I was on T-Mobile. I was the first one at the T-Mobile store. He went to Verizon. Store opens at 8. They come out and they're like, okay guys, so we have 3 iPhones for you. Now everyone's sitting here thinking 3 of each color, 3 of each storage capacity, like how many iPhones do you have in total? And they go, oh, that's the total. We have 3 iPhones today to give out. 3 iPhones. That was it. And they were all the same. So I'm hoping today that I'll have a little bit more choice. I really wanted to go for that gold color. I think it looks amazing. If not, I'll be happy with whatever I can get my hands on. But hopefully being first in line gives me a little bit of an advantage if they do have different colors and whatnot, and I can maybe, you know, have the luxury of choosing. Well, the time is nearly upon us. We have just about an hour till the store opens, and I cannot believe that I am the first and only person in line. There is nobody else here, which, like, I'm really surprised by that. Maybe my theory is that everyone is at the Apple store, which is, like, literally down the street. So everyone's probably there trying to get the phone because, you know, it's the Apple store. I really wanted to camp in front of the Apple store. Unfortunately, I have a really like specific plan with T-Mobile, and they don't offer like an in-store upgrade at the Apple store. So the only way I was gonna get the phone day of launch without pre-order was to just show up at the T-Mobile store. But mark my words, one day, and I'm not saying I'll be first, I'm not saying I'll be second, maybe I'll be 50th. I don't know, I don't care, but one day I will camp out for an Apple product launch in front of the Apple store. Got about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes till the store opens. Have like 4 other people in line, so I have some company. But yeah, I'm excited. Phones are inside. Let's see what we can get.
Okay, hey guys, what's up? I'm now back from the T-Mobile store, obviously, and yeah, I have the phone. Okay, so I'm back from the T-Mobile store. I have the iPhone 10 in my hands right now, and I'm so excited. It's still very early in the morning, so I'm trying to contain my enthusiasm and like shout and scream and wake up my entire apartment. But this is it. Look at it. I'm so pumped to check this thing out. I love the gold color. It's actually a slightly darker gold than the A Plus was. It's kind of more like coppery almost, and I think this is my favorite gold that Apple has done to date on any product. I'm really, really excited about it. One thing I have noticed, just as like an observation, is the antenna bands. Hopefully the camera can pick this up, but the placement of the antenna bands is really interesting. It kind of reminds me of what they did on the iPhone 4, because they have them like on the top and then on the bottom here, which I could be wrong, but I don't recall the iPhone 10 looking like this. They had the 2 on this side and the 2 breaks on this side, and I don't think that it had a top or bottom. But yeah, that just about does it for this video. Stay posted on my channel to see an upcoming review that I will hopefully have done in the next couple of days. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, give me some comments. Let me know if you guys got a new iPhone today, or if you plan on getting the new phone. And if not, what model do you have? Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.